we could have won. Would we have deserved to win? I'm actually not sure. I think the draw is what Brighton deserves, what we deserve, with all the different stories. It's of course now situations are not helpful that you go 2-0 down. So with all the good things we did during the week, yeah, confidence said often enough is a little flower, and if somebody stamps on it, really difficult. So, but then we had them there, we forced it, we scored good goals, had our moments, and in the end it's just 3-3, and we have to accept it. It's of course not enough for us in the situation, but for the game, yeah, that's what we got.
Roberto, welcome to the Premier League. That was quite a crazy game, wasn't it?
A crazy game. I'm happy. I'm proud for my players, for my club, and there was the possibility to win the game. But Liverpool is a fantastic team, and the game I knew before the game can be difficult, and it was very difficult.
Well, we thought it was going to be a baptism of fire for Roberto De Zerbi, but he's come away with the most incredible point he could have wished for, Karen.
Yeah, but he's going into a great environment, though. How many managers get the luxury of going in this part of the season when everything's great? You know, you were fourth in the league, everyone's scoring, defensively good. So he's just go and do what you've been doing, and they did today.
Well, his style had often been described as entertaining but risky. So what did you make of their attacking approach in his first game in charge?
Well, I think I noticed that, I mean, Graham Potter allows his midfield players to get forward, but maybe not quite as much as I even saw today. And Liverpool couldn't cope early on. They were brilliant, Brighton, but I mean, it's Trossard in this instant. It's when it goes into Welbeck or it goes into one of the forward players, there seems to be always a midfield player just running towards a danger area. And before you know it, you've got 5 or 6 blue and white shirts on top of you. And I thought Liverpool's midfield really struggled. And again, you know, the goal comes from just, you know, again, you've got 4 bodies in the box there for Brighton. I think this is probably the best example. Literally from the halfway line, he just basically makes a run to try and take players away, to try and unsettle in between defenders, really difficult to mark. And in the end, it eventually finds itself to Trossard, who finishes brilliant, who had a great game. They were so efficient. They only had 6 shots and 6 were on target for Brighton. But they're going to cause teams problems, but they are going to be entertaining. And that was his issue, you know, in the previous clubs, is he does concede goals, whereas Potter seemed to have got a way of playing that meant that they were hard to break down as well.
Yeah, for Liverpool, it's 2 wins from their first 7 games, Karen. Do we see the best and worst of them in that game today?
I think so. More worrying for me is you're conceding 3 again at home. I think that's only 2 clean sheets in the last 10 in all comps. And I've always said goals will win you games, but clean sheets is what you're about, and that's what wins you trophies. So a little bit worrying. I mean, pressure on the ball it wasn't on at times, defensively dropping off. There was too many gaps in between. It looks really disorganised, and this is probably the first time in Klopp's reign where I've gone, I don't know. I'm not saying he's the wrong person or there's a panic mode. There's not, but it's just a little bit disjointed.
But what they have done is they've conceded first in 5 of their 7 games this season. So something's not quite right at the back. And there's been a lot of scrutiny over Trent Alexander-Arnold and whether he's been involved with the national side or not. But it's got to be more than just that, surely. And what is it, do you think?
But whether he likes it or not, and Klopp came out and defended him yesterday, obviously had not played with England, defended about what he's about. He's one that, when they press, he's very, very high. But teams are targeting his side. Teams are targeting that space that he's leaving. Teams are running into the space and trying to cause him problems. So it is an issue at the moment for Liverpool. You know, the amount they're conceding early, that runs from last season as well into this season. Yeah. Because teams know if they get into that area and pull the centre back away, they're pulled apart. And even Fabinho's looked like he struggled. Normally he just looks calm and composed and can intercept. He's got too many things to think about.